market's a little bit choppy. Question is, right, what happens from here? My plan has remained the same. We're looking to short bounces. We're bearish on the market as a whole. The monthly candle just closed as well, so we'll go over kind of my thoughts on that. Real quick shout out to the sponsors of the stream, Prime XBT. So if you guys want to help me out, you've already been doing amazing, so please keep it up. If you want to help me out, you want to show your appreciation for me for doing these videos and stuff, sign up with that code MAIN50. First thing you gotta do, go in the description of this video, click the link, make an account on Prime XBT. There is no KYC required. It is an exchange where you can trade obviously all the majors, but you can also trade indices, you can trade gold, you can trade silver. Use code MAIN50 before you deposit any money. You get up to a 7% bonus on whatever you deposit to a maximum of $7,000. So I get a kickback for everyone that signs up on that link and deposits. So if you want to support me, that's the best way to do it. Use the Prime link and throw some money on there and follow along and make some money with me, and that's going to be all the support I need from y'all. And if you want to join the Discord, that's exactly how you do it. I was hoping at the very least that we were going to kind of get one of these moves, right? So this is where we are right now, right? We're in this little range here, right? There's your swing low, there's your swing high. I'm hoping at the very least we get a move above this high, and I would much rather a move back up into here to trade the next leg down. So I'm looking for some sort of upside to get short on. I don't really like shorting down here. Like, so if you're shorting here on the 12 hour and you're saying this is a lower high, this is your stop, right? Your stop has to go here, like above this high. Where are you targeting? So I don't know, the next obvious low would be below here. Stop here, entry right now to that low, 2R, almost 3R if we run both of those lows. So the risk reward's not terrible. The reason I don't like it is a few. One, I would much rather get in on the low time frame. So rather than have my stop way up above this high, I'd like to see something on the low time frame. Like maybe we do this. Maybe we do this. Okay, well now my stop is here or here, much tighter than all the way up here, right? So some sort of low time frame trigger to get on. Maybe that is breaking below this low here, right? Maybe this is the trigger we want, right? And then you got your stop here, same target over there to the left. But I'd want to enter on the low time frame. The 12-hour setup doesn't make sense here. And personally, I would much rather short up here, because as much as I think we're going to take out these lows here, okay, that's kind of what I think is going to happen. We can definitely trade all the way up here first before taking out those lows. We could even run this high and then take out those lows. So the short now with the stop here doesn't make sense, because my idea I don't think is wrong right here. I think the move down can happen from here or from higher. So if I'm looking to short right now, I'm waiting for one of two things to happen. Either some sort of move to the upside, whether it's above here, up into this bearish order block, or above this high itself. I'm looking to short either of those moves, right? So if it pumps a little bit and then rejects, I'm looking to short. If it pumps a lot and then rejects, I'm looking to short. The other scenario, or I would wait for some sort of low time frame trigger. So I don't really have any interest in shorting here. The hourly, we're within this 12-hour swing. We came to the low, pushed up to the high, came and tested this bullish order block here, down candle that broke market structure, pulled back. I don't like that we're tagging it a whole bunch. It doesn't give me confidence to long with my stop right here, because that would be the setup, right? Target here, long here, stop here, target there. I don't like how it's had multiple touches already. Doesn't mean it still can't go. The next candle could literally be this, but I would much rather just wait. My main goal to short is higher than where we are now. Ideally, being able to long this, and then we do this, close my long, and then flip short, right? Trade one, trade two, that's the ideal situation. But if my primary trend is down, the high probability trade is the short. So I would rather wait for a clear short setup rather than force a long just to potentially get stopped out. And then maybe I'm pissed off that I got stopped. I don't end up taking the trade I want, whatever. So short ideas, maybe up here or into this order block, or just a run of this high. If either of those things happen, so I'll move up, I'm looking to short. On the low time frame, I think you could probably wait for either this order block to get taken out, right? So break through here, bearish retest, or just wait for the range low to go. So it's about 19,550 approximately. Wait for this to go. Once we're below here, I'm pretty sure we're going into the 18,000s. So either way, this would be your get on board low time frame short opportunities. So if this is super fucking weak, stocks just continue to sell off and this thing's gonna roll over, I will get in on continuation. Otherwise, I'm not interested in longing here personally. If you were to long, to me the setup is right here. Stop, entry, T1, target 2. That would be the long setup right there. I'm not personally going to take that, but if you wanted to, that is the setup that I see. But again, wherever this long plays out, look at where my targets are on the long. Short zone 1, short zone 2, short zone 3. So any movement to the upside here, I'm looking for any of these areas where I would TP along as areas where we might potentially see a short setup form. So if we come up to this initial T1 and we SFP this high and then bearish retest, boom, okay, I'm now shorting here, right? But if we get up above here, we remain bullish, okay, I'm going to be targeting into here. And then what am I going to do up into this bullish order block here? I'm going to be looking, and if we print some sort of bearish setup like this, or whatever it looks like at the time, I'm going to short. But that would be the scenarios that I'm watching. Short here, or maybe up here, waiting and seeing, or shorting a breakdown. Operative word being I'm looking for shorts. Again, if you want a long, sure. Target 1, target 2, target 3, stop here or here. This would be the ideal stop, a little bit tighter, and your idea is likely wrong below here anyways. All right, so I kind of want to see, and this will go back to my initial drawing here, I kind of want to see what we had here play out in this range. So this is very similar here. If you look at this price range, we had our range. This is something I covered in the last stream, right? If this is a bearish range, and my editor just uploaded this on TikTok where I talk about in a downtrend, right? Really what it is it's just bearish range, right, to bearish range, and you're just trading level to level. Well, that's exactly what we have happening here, right? It's just stair stepping down, range to range to range, right? But it's bearish. So what's that mean? It means I'm expecting the continuation to be to the downside. So anytime we have some sort of movement like this, where we form the range, we run the range highs, this is where we were shorting. Remember, we shorted up here. We also shorted this, ran the range highs. We're in a range, but the price leading into that range is bearish. So we expect it to go down. So when we do something bearish at the range high, that's a high probability short. So I'm looking for something similar here, right? Maybe we run these range highs first, right? Up here. And then we get that continuation, just like we got here, right? We traded, chopped everyone up. People thought maybe we were going to break out, faked out the range high, sold off. Same thing here. Everyone thought we were going to 30K, SFP, 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 all at the range high, underside of the range test, sell off. So that continuation play I talked about where I said, hey, maybe we just break here and sell, that's exactly what this was. So go watch the stream from 3 videos ago while I go into detail about this setup. That's the exact same type of play. If we don't get a move to the upside, because I said that here too. Said if we get a move up here, I'm looking to short. But if we don't and we just break this low, I'm looking to short an underside retest. That's exactly what I'm talking about here. So if we don't get that move to the upside, we just break the low, looking for something like here. What happened here? Remember, we were looking for reasons to short. It lost the 12-hour low. So this entire area, we're bearish and we're looking for reasons to short here. And we got several. Setup 1, breaker play, bearish order block play, right? Retest, boom. But that's basically the plan for Bitcoin for now. So watching, right? It's holding support for now, holding this order block here. If this pushes up, this is your target 1. Whether you're in a long, you peel some off here, or if you're looking to short like I am, this is the first area where we're looking for potential rejection happen. You have this previous consolidation here. You have all of these untouched highs here. So there's an argument to be made that this could push up, right? Clear out a bunch of this shit and then go down, or maybe higher. Maybe we retrace into this larger swing, right? So if you go here, perhaps we're gonna retrace this or this, right? Maybe we get a deeper retrace. This is your price leg, bearish, right? Lower highs, lower lows. We're looking for a retracement into this leg and reasons to short. Maybe it comes up higher. Regardless, if it comes up here, I'm looking to short it for another leg down. So I think I'm pretty clear on Bitcoin, why the draw is where it is based on the monthly, the low time frame lining up with that idea, right? You see the clear draw. It's based on the high time frame. We've got a few scenarios where we're looking to short, right? Run above here or a move up into this area. But either way, we're looking to short the corn, targeting down here that previous month's low. So Ethereum, looking at the high time frame, I can still kind of see that sell model here, like on the 12 hour. Like this looks to me like that top red box, right? And then to me, this becomes the draw. Like that just seems what I think is going to happen, high time frame, just from like a bird's eye. But from level to level, because just thinking that we're going to go down here, okay, we might go down here. Let's say I'm convinced that we're going to go back below here. That's not enough to enter a trade, right? Because let's say I'm like, I think we're going here. I'm just going to short here. What happens if we do this? Am I going to hold through all this drawdown? Because what happens if we do this and then we go like this? Am I prepared to hold through this drawdown? Where's my stop? If it's all the way up here, my target's here and my entry's here, that's maybe a 1.5 risk reward. Maybe. How precise is that? Just eyeballing that shit, calling that out. That's not the best risk reward. Your stop is 30 points away from your entry. Okay, so what does that mean? That means your position size would be very small to account for that much distance between your stop and your entry, right? So as much as I think ultimately we probably go down here, that's not enough for a trade, right? I still have to have a plan. Where am I entering? Why am I entering there? Where is this idea invalidated? Knowing where you're targeting is just one part of the plan, right? Because let's say little crypto capo is right. If I short here and then we do this, right? Are you going to hold this short all the way up here? I doubt it, right? I doubt it. You eat a 20% candle away from you. I doubt it. I bet you puke. And then it dumps anyway. So what we need to figure out is where could it sell off from? Because I think it's going to go here, just like on Bitcoin. I think it's going to go down here. I still need a setup, right? So looking at Ethereum, we can do the same thing. We can look at the monthly. Ethereum is still stronger than Bitcoin, right? But we didn't close nearly as bad, right? Bitcoin closed like this equivalently. It almost engulfed this whole candle to the downside. That being said, we still took out the 2 previous months high and closed bearish, right? So if these 2 high time frame areas have already been tagged, that leads me to believe that the next likely draw is this previous month's low. So you can do the exact same thing as Bitcoin, and guess what? When I zoom in, it's gonna be boom, those exact lows I was talking about. Do you see the range now? Range low, range high, deviation, there's your throwback. How do you think this plays out? Back down to here. How do we get in? So I had this area marked as a sell zone. I said, I'm looking to short this. This is when the Vitalik has a big dick pump occurred. That's the Vitalik wiener candle. That's what we'll call that. Tagged it, rejected, came right back to it, rejected again. So proving to be a decent zone so far, but similar to my thoughts on Bitcoin, where I would like to see a move up to get short. I think if you didn't short one of these little low time frame rejections, right? Like there was a trade here down into this order block here, right? For sure. That's your H1 sell based on a bearish SFP, high time frame resistance, all that fucking shit. So there was a trade here. But personally, I actually think this has a chance to go a little higher before the sell-off. I'm going to treat it the exact same as I'm going to treat Bitcoin. This is the swing we're operating in right now. I've already come up into that OTE zone here. So to me, something that I could see happen is this. We trade deeper into the zone. We ran this highs, rejected, but what do we have here? We have a very clear swing high right below an order block. A possible scenario here would be a move up into this order block here, run this high. So anyone who's short with a stop above here gets cooked. Then we print the short with that same target here. So similar to Bitcoin, where I'm saying, okay, I want to run above the current high. This is that current high. That would be the setup. The other setup that I talked about on Bitcoin, right? So it's either a run above here, that would be the equivalent move of Ethereum running this high. If we get a bigger move and we move deeper into here, maybe up to like 21,800, 21,600 kind of area, so a larger retracement still within this downswing, what would that look like with Ethereum? Maybe that would be a larger move up above this high even. Okay, so there's another potential possibility. You have a big fair value gap here with a swing high right at it. So if Bitcoin's going to pump back to 21,800, let's say, before having a leg down, I think this high gets run right here into this fair value gap, 1720 to 1800 for a lower high. So this would be the more bullish short setup, because there's going to be more upside before the dump. The opposing setup is this one. Okay, so move above this high into here. That is the short. So those would be the two scenarios I'm watching for rejection somewhere between, let's say, 1670 here and 1720. If it clears out that high, then I'm looking up towards 1800. Either way, I'm looking to short Ethereum on a move above this high or above this high, right? At least to here, so 1300. So again, this or this is what I'm going to be watching for on Ethereum, what I'm going to be watching for on Bitcoin. Similarly, something like this, shallower pullback or a deeper pullback. Either way, we're targeting last month's low on both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's look at the SPX. So I drew out this 12-hour little order blocky because really I'm thinking like it should bounce here if it's gonna go, right? Like if you're looking at this is where it has to go up, right? I think this would be your target. This is your entry. You're wrong here. Because similar to Bitcoin, right? If Bitcoin doesn't hold kind of where it's at, right now, I eventually think we come way down here. We'll do the same thing. We can look at the monthly on SPX. Do the exact same thing we did with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Look at how that monthly candle closed, right? We came up into resistance, ran the last 3 months high, tagged the monthly order block. This is a monthly breaker. Boom. Hard ass reject, closing below all of the highs, right? So basically ran every single highs in SFP. And now the logical draw, in my opinion, on the high time frame is this previous monthly low. So if you then zoom in to today's PA, what is standing between price and that monthly low? This. So we don't bounce from here. This seems like the most obvious place for price to go. Have your range, right? We tag the range low. You could bring this line back if you want here, right? Make it look like this. Range high, trade into the range low, deviation, break market structure, reclaim, target one, target, last month's high, the previous month's high, the other previous month's high, ran all those, instantly traded back into the range. So to me, this is the draw. We will likely trade down here on SPX. This looks just like Bitcoin to me. The question is, do we get a bounce first? Just like Bitcoin, just like Ethereum, exact same kind of game plan. This is where the bounce should happen. I think the most logical area for a bounce would be here. If we get a reaction here on the low time frame that looks bullish, I think you could potentially long with a target of here. Maybe we go high, right? Maybe we get some sort of larger retracement into this range. So if we bounce up here, then maybe we reject something like this. But ultimately, exact same plan. I'm thinking we either go up a bit and then sell off down to here, or if we just roll over from here, lose this 12-hour low, just like Bitcoin, I'll look to short the underside here for some sort of setup, just like Bitcoin, just like Ethereum. Exact same plan, again, for all three markets because their prices are acting very much in like a strong correlation right now. When stocks are good, Bitcoin's good, right? These charts are interchangeable effectively right now. The correlation has been super, super tight for most of the summer. If this nukes the lows here, Bitcoin nukes the lows. I've been on one like you would not believe. It's not looking good, bruv. This is when the Vitalik has a big dick pump occurred. That's the Vitalik wiener candle. Decently thick, boys. It's always the skinny dudes. One gust of wind, they're gonna get blown away. They always got that fucking schlong. I once was 6'1" and 150 pounds soaking wet. You catch my drift, lads. And if you don't get that, there's no fucking hope for you. Dog water, you're so lost, it's over for you. Always got that thing. Made you bleed. Only on the inside. And once a month. Gross. That didn't make any fucking sense. Sorry. Did you get as long as Vitalik? I wish. I will not eat bugs, Klaus, and I will not live in a pod. I killed him. I reduced him to ashes. How many jabs did it take to get to the center of science? I'm not gonna touch that one with a 10-foot syringe. The trap's trapping? The lat's Latin? This motherfucker is so sexy. Oh my god. I mean, I don't remember girlfriends being at 30K. Being below 30K just meant that you're gay. At these prices, you're talking to other dudes. That's it. It's just you and a bunch of dudes. They got the schlong. You're so deep in it. Back above 60K, it's all boats and hoes, baby. And boobies. And butts. Can you do the Gluck Gluck 9000 on stream? Only if your mother is performing it to me. Then we can stream that on my OnlyFans. I got one question. If you could bang any one homie from your group, which one would you pick and why? See, this is what I'm talking about. Some gay shit. They're carrying that schmeat because we're below 30K. It's not even his fault. His mind has been infected, that thing, by the gay line. Carrying that fucking meat. Sad times, man. Sad times. The right way to ask that question, if you want an answer, say if you had to bang. If I could, I wouldn't. Either way, if I had to bang one of the homies, it would probably be your mother. Much like a whale or a large sea mammal, you have no hope. You will never look like this ever. How the fuck? I don't even know how to respond to that one, bro. What a weird thing to say.